We are here at the Masters Farm located in Jonesboro, Tennessee, and this happens to be the demonstration farm for Timeless Fence. This morning what we're going to do is demonstrate how to install a PVC gate, and this is a 4-foot gate. We have 2 of them to install for an 8-foot opening. Along with the gate in the kit, you will receive the hinges and all the hardware, and then the pins for the hinges to sit on. Alongside there also you'll have 2 chains with a clasp on the end of it so that you can wrap it around. When the 2 gates come together here, you wrap the chain around there and then your gate will be secure. This takes a 1/2 inch socket or an open end, and then we'll use an adjustable wrench on this to adjust our gate and to get our gates level. In hanging the gates, one of the things that you have to think ahead of time, if you're wanting your gates to match here in the center, is think about where you're going to hinge them from on these H's. So if these H's are the same elevation and the vertical here, if they're plumb, then when you hang your gates can be straight across, basically the same gap down both sides. And as far as aesthetics, this looks nice and clean, and it's level, and everything closes nice and neat. Now sometimes that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen every time. So if you don't think ahead of getting both of your H posts in the ground that you're going to hinge a gate from the same height, if one's higher and one's lower, then unless you adjust your gate and you're going to have a post sticking up on one side, you can do that and then you can cut it off later. But if you don't want to cut it off, you want your gates to be fairly level with the top of your H post and then level all the way across. So when you get that installed, then along with the hardware comes 2 chains, and it's got a clasp here, so just wrap it around. I'm going to take the second one, wrap around this level here, and there's the chains on the gates, and that would be the finished product. All right, so we're going to install this 4-foot gate onto this A-frame end brace here, and what we're going to start out with is we're going to make sure that the top of our gate is level with the top of our H post right here. And then we're going to come down here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to decide where we want our hinge to be. We want it to be away from this, so our hinge is going to be down here. So we've got a mark right here that we're going to drill through here so that we can go ahead and put our pin right through here, and then we'll come back and put our hinge on here and we'll mark it on the gate. So you can go ahead and set the gate down. Okay, we're going to have a little block here. This is a piece of tubing. Now all we're going to do is slide it in here. The reason for that is so that when we tighten up our pin, our washer has a place to be flush up against right here. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to put a clamp on here. We're going to get a C-clamp. We're going to put a clamp on here so that when we drill our hole, our tubing won't come out. All right, so we have installed our clamp to hold our piece of tubing in. Now I'm going to come from the back side here, and that hole is pretty close. A lot of times that doesn't happen, but the reason I'm going through the back side is so that when my pin comes through here, it's going to be centered so that this washer will fit in here. If you start from the outside and go in, you may end up just a little bit crooked, and then your washer it's not going to fit in this channel right here. So we're going to install that. Put a washer in there and our nut. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and set our hands on that pin. I'm going to hold the gate up there, and I'm going to mark where the holes need to be drilled. Okay, flush on the top. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, now kind of go away from the post just a little bit so I can get my hose right a little bit further away, right there. Okay, you good?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I marked it. All right, there's where our holes are going to be drilled for our hands. So let's see, just take this. All right, so when you're drilling the hole here, you'll have to drill the hole at an angle. So we'll start straight. All right, now I'm going to angle it. That's so I can get a washer on here. If you go straight, your bolt's going to be too close to the side of this post here, and you're not going to be able to slide your washer on. Same thing this way. Now, if you are too close, all you have to do is get your drill back out and just turn it a little bit. All right, let's see what we did here. So we're able to put the washer on. Turn good on that side. And we're able to put our washer on there. Now again, a 1/2 inch socket or 13 millimeter. I've got both of them here. All I'm going to do is just tighten this up now. All right, now we're ready to set that hinge on that pin. The next step is going to be to mark our upper pin. We want to turn the pin down. Okay, we're away from any obstruction right here. So we're going to say about right here. We're going to go hold and we're going to drill our hole right there. So again, we're going to put our clamp on. So here again, I'm pretty close to a hole again. You know, I'm close enough. I'm just going to use the existing hole right here. Okay. That does not work out every time, I can tell you for sure. So we have our pin. So the gate is put back up on the bottom pin in the hinge. We're going to take this hinge, we're going to put it up here, and we're going to go ahead and drill a hole. We're going to try to get this snug up against here, and then we're going to drill our hole, and then we'll put a bolt in here. Okay, see there. There we get our washer on easy. There again, that angle when you're drilling that hole is very important. So now while we've got it up there, we're going to drill our next hole. Slide in the bolt, put our washer on. Now we're ready to tighten everything up. All right, so now there we have the gate installed, our hinges. This one turned upside down, this one right side up. And now if you need to make any adjustments in the top of your gate here to make it level and match up with your other gate, all we need to do is adjust our hinges with these bolts, either making the hinges come out or go in, depending on if you want the end of your gate to go up or down.